Hate to leave them hanging like that. But let's have some fighting game talk. Because so so pretty much when most stronger players give advice to beginners, they kind of just talk to them as if they totally understand what the concepts of fighting games are. And so that's kind of why whenever I give anyone any information from the beginning level, I break down as much as possible so it's a little easier to understand. Sometimes I can some jargon that may not correlate well, but let's go ahead and give this a shot. So, like the advice he gave you was that he said, no, he told me that I don't have a game plan and I press buttons with no purpose. The thing is this. He's pretty much saying that you're flailing instead of like properly considering where you're putting where you're pressing your buttons. Footsie game or the neutral game, whatever one is makes more sense to you. Pretty much, what you're at your stage, it seems that you're just trying to like put stuff out there just to cover space, which in theory sounds like a good idea, but it's not really. It's not really the best. You want to make sure that you're pressing button to preemptively strike someone at a position that you think they're going to be at, or throw something out to check your space. If you're kind of just throwing it out there, a button just to have out there, it makes it appear that you're flailing. And if you're flailing, you become very easy to hit, and people can take advantage of you for that. So he wants you to stop flailing, and once you start thinking about the process of why you're pressing a said button, rather than just pressing it, you have a reason why you're doing this. Like, why am I pressing this button in this situation? Is this going to cover the space for him to stop him getting here? Is this going to anti-air my opponent? Is my opponent running at me and this will check them? There's a lot of situations that you have to take in consideration that's happening before you're pressing any of these buttons. If you're just pressing buttons just to sake of having something on the screen, it kind of makes you look crazy to a lot of mid-high level players. Like, oh, he's just mashing. But he has no idea what he's doing. I'm gonna just beat his ass. And so you get people to steamroll him. And then you're like, hey, I just don't know what happened to me. I just got beat up. So that will happen to you. So what he wants you to do, especially with him being another personal player, nobody at sea is more of a reserved player unless he feels like he can totally take advantage of you and run you over. That's pretty much a top player strat. If anyone's at the level where they feel that he can't deal with any of the offense I have, or he's not going to be able to stop me, I'm going to run him over. In his eyes, you were pressing buttons to a point where you were just filling the screen rather than I'm doing this button here to stop this, or cut him off the pass here, or I see him jumping at me so I'm going to anti-air him, or oh, he jumped in the air, I'm going to air to air him with a button because I don't want to deal with what's to come after that. It becomes it then forces him to have to think about the situation of how to approach you, because once you showcase that, hey, I am pressing these buttons for a reason, then he has to play the next layer of the fighting game with you. If you don't get to that level, he's just going to level one you the entire time, and it's not going to be fun for you. And it's not his fault for just doing the level one. You have to show these players that you're past that stage. And it takes time, it takes work, and a lot of grinding and a lot of studying to get to that point. So the thing is that when it comes to analyzing how you should press these buttons, it's a lot better to watch the top level play. If you watch either of those guys play, for Percival, you're gonna see that these guys, they do press buttons in certain situations to more cut people off at the pass or call them out for trying to get in said specific space. So they're gonna do it at a much faster rate than you're used to, because they already have a game plan. Their game plan is established. Either they want to control the space so that they can attain offense. They want to make a call in neutral to gain control of the momentum. They want to RTSD, but in the process of getting all these goals and game plans, there's a like mini game you have to play, and that is like the footsie game or the neutral game. Both of them the same thing pretty much. And so once you've established like your core game plan around how you want to play your footsies, you can then get to the next layer. If you don't have a core balance of your footsie game, then like the everything else that you want beyond that will not come to you. You're pretty much just swinging for the fences. Swinging for the fences do not work in this game and can actually get you killed, or you look really stupid because people just hard call you out over and over and over and over again, and you're just like, what? Pretty much, he wants you to make sure that when you press a button in the neutral situation, there's a reason why you press this button. And the reason has to be sensible. No, that's exactly right. Yeah, it's fighting games is, people always say like fighting games is like chess. It's just a thinking game. It's all critical thinking. A bunch of critical thinking that you have to do up here to apply to these. Once you're able to like get a game plan processed up here and execute it here with these guys, then like those things will start flowing better. Understand why you're pressing these buttons. Understand why you're moving in said space. Because like not just button presses, but positioning on the screen. Where you're at on the screen is also very important. Because positioning yourself can allow you to get said attacks off. Or create space to have someone's own attacks with. And then it allows you to get an advantage. The thing is that I feel I have a better way of like getting across more than most other players at the high level. Is mainly because I was there. And I was there for a long time. Like, trying to ask for questions, trying to like, figure out what I had to do, what I need to do, and then I just get like condescending answers or just like, short cut off answers that just really didn't give me like a way to like develop and work off that. And so I told myself if I became a better player, I would never do that to anybody. That's how you get people to stop playing fighting games. You want people, if you're a fighting game player and you're competitive, you want more people playing your game. Does that create more competition? Yes, it does. But if you're a good player, that shouldn't matter. If you're a good player, you're going to go ahead and thrive above that and be like, look, I help these guys get good, but I still myself have to also step it up. And there's quite a few top players that do that. Fighting games are actually hard. But like, that's why I say, if you're playing a fighting game, you play something that's fun for you. Because even though it's hard, if you're having fun, you're going to stick with it. Whether it's Grand Blue Versus, whether it's Guilty or Exert, whether it's Blaze Blue, whether it's Street Fighter V. If that's what you're having fun with, you play that shit. Through all the good, the bad, the ugly, the hard times, the good times, all that stuff. Like, because you're actually enjoying yourself playing that game, you're going to stick around for it. I really hope I got the point across with it. Like, no, it seems like from your response you got the idea. That's pretty much what he's trying to convey to you. Whew. Well, I think we got the point across. I need the people around me to be better so that I can be better. If they become better than me, that forces me to step my game up.